With all this steam, it's no wonder the Khan has such smooth skin. The shrine of the Ashurus realm, to guard the Titans from themselves. That gruesome-looking fellow above the door is Yama, the Hindu god of the dead. His presence at the doorway could be symbolic. I think he represents the borderline between life and death. There are actually many mythological and religious figures that are common to both Hinduism and Buddhism. Siddhartha, the man who became Buddha, was originally a Hindu from India. He infused some of the elements of the Hindu religion when he created Buddhism. The shrine of the god's realm, to awaken the vein with the music of the jewel.
Great Khan, how may I be of service to you?
Tell me about the realms.
Which realm do you wish to know about?
Tell me about the gods' realm.
The gods are decadent beings. Their vice is selfishness. Blinded by opulence, they ignore the suffering of others until they are consumed by conceit. The symbol of salvation for the gods is music, which disrupts their vain reverie.
Tell me about the realms. Tell me about the hells.
Hell, truly a terrible place. This is the domain of the wicked and sinful. Those tortured for the transgressions of the past, suffering in hells of both searing heat and numbing cold. The symbol for salvation is a purifying heat that burns away all sin.
Tell me about the animal realm.
You wish to learn of the animal realm. First, you must answer this. What is the source of all misery?
The answer is ignorance.
Congratulations! You are closer to completing the path. The animal realm is a kingdom of ignorance. Although swift and savage, the animals lack intellect to uplift themselves, the ability to learn. Here is the salvation symbol for this realm. The Book of Knowledge.
Tell me about the realms. Tell me about the Ashurus realm.
The mighty Titans brood in the Ashurus realm. They care only for war. The Ashurus constantly battle an eternal losing war against the gods to win their glittering realm. The only salvation the Ashurus understand is a large red sword that burns with truth.
Tell me about the Praetus realm.
Praetus, the hungry ghosts. They are insubstantial, constantly tantalized by things they cannot touch, taste, or consume. It is a torment for a former life of gluttony. The object of salvation is pure sacred fruit, food that will finally quench their ravenous desires.
Goodbye.
Walk with peace, brother.
When did Andy Warhol start designing Tibetan Campbell soup jukeboxes? It appears this ferrous cylindrical instrument has suffered from prolonged exposure to structure-stressful oxidizing agents. Gage, it's rusty. Get the oil can. Oil can. This looks interesting. If I'm not mistaken, and I rarely am, the mural depicts the Buddha entering 6 different segmented realms. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying fire. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying a piece of fruit. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying a bowl. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying a lute, a stringed musical instrument. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying a fiery sword. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying a book. Gage, that depiction of the 6 segments we saw on the wall is duplicated on the floor of this temple. It must have great meaning to the monks of this monastery. Gage, the entire floor shows the 6 realms of the Wheel of Life. The inscriptions speak of the path of Siddha Biwawa. Denied nirvana by pride, the once Siddha Biwawa found himself in the realm of the gods, complacent in their heavenly heights. Only with the Buddha's song-filled voice did he escape into the next realm, the battlefields of the Asuras Titans. The Titans know nothing more than to fight the gods for their glittering realm and fight amongst themselves. Biwawa found himself caught within the frenzy until he followed the light of Buddha's flaming sword. The Titans cowered before it as he escaped and entered the kingdom of animals. In his new form, he hunted with animal cunning, forgetting all of Buddha's teachings. But something inside him stirred when Buddha appeared before him with the Book of Knowledge, and he learned once more. He escaped, but found himself within the bowels of hell. Biwawa is an interesting name for a Siddha. It roughly means bad man. I suppose the name foreshadowed his ultimate indiscretion with pride. Here's another tale I heard of Biwawa. Well, he's bad. A bad, a B-Y-Y, a baddest man in Shangri-La, wiser than a Obi-Wan, a meaner than a Genghis Khan. Biwawa heard the howls of the damned echoing the very hatred they were punished for. Terrible flame licked all around him by day. By night he shivered in the hells of cold. Then the Buddha showed him the purifying fire that cleansed his sin, sending him traveling again to the realm of Praetus. Then he found himself among the Praetus, tortured creatures tantalized by all things material. Biwawa had never felt such hunger until the Buddha descended again and let him taste the spiritual fruit. And Biwawa felt want no more. Buddha finally bade him to return to the human realm. Humbly, Biwawa would have to begin the path anew to regain his former peace. He would need to overcome the vice of pride, the pride that made him think that he was better than others. So his atonement would only end by helping another. Then the Sita could be again. There are inscriptions that surround the images of this mural. I'll translate as closely as I can. The infinite Buddha came to our monastery long ago with the knowledge of 3 secrets: life, time, and matter. He spoke of the true path, a way to live by his virtues so that we could also share in his perfection. And he taught the Siddhas of matter, that everything in the universe was composed of one energy that could be perceived, understood, and controlled. From these writings, it's apparent that the Sosikwi entrusted the power of transmutation with the monks of this monastery. Perhaps the Sosikwi felt that these monks had the focus and the maturity to handle such power. The other 2 symbols represent time and life. The Sosikwi must have trusted the people of Atlantis and El Dorado with those powers for a purpose. This mural must be displaying the Siddhas, using their power over the elements to move through mountains and transmute matter. That mural shows the Siddha transforming the lotus into another form. Nice. Fine. More work. Now watch Arthur transform from simply annoyed to pretty bloody angry. I am not shouting! Come to think of it, I swear I've seen that man in the mural before. Do you think that Michael Jackson is really that old? The architecture in this building is beautiful. It appears to be a temple of worship or meditation.
You have nearly completed the true path. Now, for the final step, you must shed all the trappings and illusions that surround you.
Well, howdy there, pilgrim. What are you seeking?
What most seek when they come here: enlightenment. To join with the great Buddha and experience nirvana. But before I can transcend, I must achieve something that I could never grasp. Humility. I must confront my pride. Are you a humble being?
Oh yeah, I'm full of it.
Pride abounds on the lips of man. You would do humanity a great service if you were to teach your humility to others.
Tell me about the monastery.
This is the monastery of Shangri. The monks here have achieved complete inner serenity. I have traveled many hard months to reach this place. But the true journey begins here, before Shangri itself. Physically traveling here was simple, compared to the challenges posed by the true path.
Tell me about the true path.
Most people walk about in a world of delusions, clouded by vices and deception. But there is a path of truth that cuts through the illusions, a path of deliverance. It is a path that begins with understanding the virtues of the spirit and embracing its truths. Go there, traveler, to the monastery, and walk the path to discover the secrets you seek.
I have finished the path. I have the artifact. Can you change it to the proper form?
I cannot transform this into its final form until you finish the path. To finish the path, you must be true to yourself. To be true to yourself, you must be true to others. Shrouding oneself in illusions deludes others and leads you off the path.
He wants you to shed all the trappings that surround you. Whoa, Gage! Keep your shirt on. We'll figure this out before it comes to that. I've dropped my guys and have completed the path. Can you transform this for me?
You have completed the path, traveler. You are indeed worthy. You have journeyed far, traveler, and you have completed the path by honoring the ancient virtues. And you have saved my soul by allowing me to help another. I am on a new path now. I am eternally grateful. I wish you peace, traveler, and success.
Excellent work, Gage. While you were gone, Dalton and Michelle discovered something remarkable about the first artifact.
We concentrated our efforts on the overlapping symbols covering the artifact. With a little luck, we found formulae beneath several layers of inscriptions.
And this is the remarkable part. The formulae details the physics necessary for time travel. The very same physics that powers our own jumpsuits.
So the secret of time travel was purposely hidden in our past? Dr. Sinclair invents that same technology centuries later.
Dear Lord, what is this thing?
Quothalas have entered the Earth system?
Nothing has deterred them. They've ignored the Cyrolan ambassador's plea for peace talks. The symbiotry appears powerless. It looks like it's all up to us.
I'll find the last artifact.